Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first day of 5 straight days of full double streams. Welcome to the beginning of a new week and the pre-E3 build-up. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my first of 2 gameplay streams for Monday, June 4th, 2018, the first full week of June. We're almost at the halfway point of the year, if you can believe it, guys. I know. Holy shit. Time flies, right? Feels like yesterday was my Christmas marathon when I was drinking holiday-themed beer and eggnog and getting sloshed trying to mop up Santa's workshop. And now here we are. It's June. Time freaking flies, man. Time freaking flies, my friends. Alright, so that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. I am Darkside Phil. What are we doing today? Well, we got a lot to talk about on pre-stream, FYI. Got a lot of updates and everything for you guys. So I want to let you know what's going on this week. However, as for today's streams, we've got quite the unique combination of content for you. First off, today is the conclusion of my coverage of Detroit Become Human. I've been going through my second run of the game where I do alternate choices. And today is the big day. The reason being, up to now I've played about 6 hours of alternate choices. And although there's been a few changes here and there, you know, some of the most notable ones, Connor getting his blown away by his partner Hank. And Marcus, you know, killing humans. Okay. Today's the big day we've all been building up to. We're going to see big dramatic differences in the outcome of the game, with Marcus leading a violent revolution rather than a non-violent protest. We're going to see Connor doing everything he can to, you know, adhere to the rules of CyberLife, his manufacturer, and try to bring in Marcus. And we're going to try to keep Kara alive. So those are the three things. The three major changes, and what I'm going to try to do is at least hopefully by the end of the game have all three characters be alive, but I'm not sure how that's going to go, depending on my choices. So I guess we'll find out. Okay. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. I estimate this will take between 2 and 3 hours on stream, at least 2, if not 3. I know some of these scenes are going to be pretty lengthy. Okay. So, yes, pretty exciting stream, and then, since it seems like I'll have time, I'm going to review Detroit Become Human here live on the stream for you guys. All right, a live review, which should be neat. If there even is time in addition to that, all right, I'm debating doing an impressions video on the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection as well, live here on the stream. Now, that will not be a full review because I cannot fully review the game, being that I never played the game in offline mode against humans, which is a critical part of a fighting game, and I would not feel like that's fair to review a fighting game collection when I never played the game offline against humans to review it in an offline setting, but I can review the online and the arcade modes of each game, basically. So, we'll see. If there's time permitting, it looks like this is going to be a very, very busy stream with lots of stuff going on, okay? Now, tonight, I'm returning to H1Z1. For the first time in a week. You know, this past week has been incredibly busy with new releases, and I haven't had a chance really to have any downtime stuff. Now, finally, we're starting to slow back down again, so H1Z1 will resume tonight. I know a lot of people have liked H1Z1 content that I put out since it hit consoles a couple weeks ago. And you guys have wanted to see me play it again. Well, you're going to get your wish tonight. H1Z1 here on the stream, okay? Tomorrow, the premiere of Vampire. The game from Don't Nod Studios. If you guys aren't aware, Don't Nod is the game developer that made Remember Me in 2011. Probably none of you remember that game. But then they also made Life is Strange. So how weird, because 2 completely different genres of games. And now this is another kind of different genre of game that they're making. Very interested to see how this turns out tomorrow, starting tomorrow. All day I'm playing it tomorrow, okay? So all day tomorrow, Vampire. And then Wednesday, I start balancing Vampire with other stuff. So Wednesday, I'll probably do Vampire and H1Z1. Thursday, I'll probably do Vampire and maybe some of the Street Fighter collection, maybe some Third Strike gameplay, because I'm kind of craving some Third Strike. And then Friday, probably Vampire with whatever. Maybe more Street Fighter or maybe more H1Z1. We'll see. Okay? So that's the whole week. All right, that's the week. And should be fun. Should be exciting. Now, if something goes awry, something goes amiss, all right, or people are just bored, there is the option that this week I can check out Shaq Fu. But I don't realistically see myself dropping a bunch of money on a game that is literally a joke. If you guys aren't aware, Shaq Fu was a fighting game made with the basketball player Shaquille O'Neal, way back in the early 90s. Is regarded as one of the worst games ever made, still to this day. And they said, oh, now it's 20 years later, let's remake it, right? So apparently they did. So I'm not sure exactly, you know, how this game is going to even be or be received. You see what I mean? Like, do I really want to mess with this? I don't know. Especially because it's if it were free, yeah, I'd play it. A game that I have to pay money for, a joke game, I don't know, man. So I'm kind of thinking to stay away from it, you know. But it's always a possibility. I leave on the table in case this week just ends up being incredibly boring, okay? All right, so that's this week. Now, this Saturday I'm off. That's my day off. And then starting Sunday is my E3 coverage, all right? I'll give you guys more details on the pre-streams as we get closer. But basically, all day Sunday, all day Monday is going to be E3 coverage where I'm covering all the press conferences, giving you my reactions. We'll be watching those press conferences live together here on stream. I'll be hosting other people or other streams that are showing those press conferences so we can watch them together. And kind of chat it up in the stream chat while they're going live, and then immediately following those, I'll go live with my reactions and summary kind of style videos here on the streams. That'll be 2 straight days of E3 coverage, and then we go right into a new release with Jurassic World Evolution, plus if I'm still playing Vampire, plus H1Z1, plus Street Fighter, so it should be a good week coming up. All right. Should be pretty fun to cover all the releases I always do for E3, and I'm excited for that. All right, so I have 3 big updates for you guys. Actually, I take it back. I have 4. The first update, guys, is that for those people who are subscribers of mine, all right, if you're already a tier 3 subscriber, thank you very much for your amazing amount of support. But if you're not, if you're just a regular subscriber or a tier 2 subscriber, ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason to become a tier 3 subscriber on the channel. As of this morning, my final highest ranked emote by Popsicolo has been approved and is live here on Twitch, ladies and gents. Are you ready to see it? Because I know there's very few tier 3 subs. So I will show it to you, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, here it is. I have no idea if that displayed for you guys or not. I definitely put in the right command, but I don't... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Did you guys see it? Hold on. I guess you guys can see it, right? See, my freaking chat never loads properly. I can't even see the emotes I'm putting in right now. I can't even see them. All I see is the text, not the emote. Because it never loads properly on my laptop. But anyway, there you go. So pretty cool. I mean, now, just in the past week, we've got the Fireball, the Hadouken hand motion, me as Ryu, me as Evil Ryu for tier 2 subs, and me as Akuma for tier 3 subs. And for those who are wondering, oh man, well, Street Fighter's over. Why is this, why do we even need these subs? That's not true. As I've said, I will be playing the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection from time to time, much as I did with Ultra Street Fighter 2. I'll be playing it as an on and off kind of thing, maybe 1 or 2 times a week. Maybe even do like a Salty Sundays multiplayer in the Street Fighter games in the collection, just for fun, just to mess around. I enjoy Street Fighter even if I suck at it. Like Alpha 3 last night, I was terrible at it because I don't know much about the game, but I was still enjoying playing the game. Obviously in games like Hyper Fighting or Third Strike, I'll try to do better when I play in them, try to actually win, but it's cool to have Street Fighter emotes, and when I will be playing these Street Fighter games from time to time. Okay. So, there you go, guys. Awesome new emotes for my subscribers. Speaking of subscribers, let's go into 3 different event things that I want to talk about here, guys. Because I got 3 big updates for you in regards of upcoming events. Number 1, the Patron's Choice playthrough. There's less than a week to go for patrons to vote on what they want to see as the upcoming Patron's Choice playthrough. Right now, Half-Life 2 is still in the lead. In fact, it actually gained traction and got more vote last night. There was an extra vote for Half-Life 2 overnight. So right now, unless a few people who are patrons of mine who have not voted jump in and start voting in the next week, it looks like Half-Life 2 is going to be the winner. Okay. But we'll see. The poll expires this coming weekend. So I think it's this Sunday. The poll closes. And then we will determine the winner. And that playthrough will begin after my E3 coverage ends. So we're talking roughly the middle of June. Okay, that's number one. Number two, in regards to the Street Fighter Anniversary Master Run Challenge, yes, that is going to happen. Yes, that's going to be incredibly salty and grueling, considering how difficult we saw the AI was just in my History of Street Fighter series. Can you imagine the pain and torment I'm going to go through trying to beat these games on the highest difficulty? It could be a nightmare. I don't, at this point, and this is me being honest, I don't even know if I'm going to get just through the Street Fighter 2 games during this marathon, and it's 8 hours. That's how bad it is, okay? So, that is also going to happen later this month. The second half of the month, roughly, I will schedule in as a whole day as, event, once the E3 coverage is completed. All right, that's number two. And number three, here we go, guys. We've got a big update. Are you guys ready? Drum roll. I'm going to announce right now the goal, the subscriber goal for the month of June for Patreon. All right. So the number of subs we need to hit our subscriber goal for this month is 450. We need 450 concurrent subscribers on the channel here in order to hit the monthly goal for the month of June. All right. Now, that's great, right? So you might be saying that's amazing. That's not a big deal. In fact, right now, guys, just so you know, because I know some people may be wondering, all right, our current sub count right now is 433. 433 subs. We only need 17 more in order to hit the sub goal for this month. That's not a lot, especially with Vampire tomorrow, my E3 coverage coming up, Jurassic World next week. We got some new content coming up for the next week and a half. People will be hyped and excited for my streams. So we can definitely hit that subscriber goal sooner rather than later. All right? Only 17 more. 17. And plus, you guys have seen the incentive to sub. All these cool new emotes. The fact that you don't have to watch advertisements when I'm streaming because it doesn't play the ads. And you get that cool, subscriber support badge, the chat crown, right? So, please, guys, consider subbing. So what happens? What is the event for this month? If we hit the subscriber goal this month, what's it going to be, right? Well, guys, here we go. Are you guys ready? If we hit 450 subs at any point during the month of June, I'm going to do my first ever Rage-a-thon. That's right, a marathon where I am going to be playing games specifically designed and chosen to make me angry. All right, so examples that I can at least think of, games that would probably piss me off. Super Meat Boy, I Want to Be the Guy, or Scarface. Okay, just think of games that either are some of the most difficult games out there, possible to play, or games that I've already played that have pissed me the hell off, okay? And you guys know I'm going to be just so angry playing, okay? So that being said, this is going to be the first ever kind of event for this. And I've never done something like this before. The way it will work is, number one, we do have to hit 450 subs, all right? Once we do hit 450 subs, the event is a lock, okay? Now, if you're a patron of mine who pledges $5 or more so you get that premium forum access over on my forums, thekingofhate.com, you guys this month are going to have unprecedented power yet again. Not only did you nominate and vote on games for Patron's Choice, now, if you pledge $5 or more this month, you're going to be nominating and voting on the games that are going to be played in this Rage-a-thon, okay? Because the bottom line is you guys know better than me what kind of games are out there that cause intense rage, okay? Now, just for pure clarification purposes, since this is a brand new event, this one, if we do hit it this month, is not going to take place in June or July. The reason being is because, first of all, we have to hit the 450 subs. Second of all, people need to be able to pledge to Patreon to qualify to nominate and vote on the games. And then in July, I need to get those people who do pledge this month and, you know, their pledges process to get upgraded on the forums, which typically takes 1 to 2 weeks to get everyone's information. Then they'll start nominating games, which usually is around a 2-week process. Then they need to vote. So you see what I mean? This is an ongoing process, just like with Patron's Choice. It usually takes a couple months to get through, you know, the situation of people first they gotta sub, then people are gonna be pledging, then they're gonna be upgraded, then they're gonna nominate, then they're gonna vote. All right. So I foresee this event, if we do hit 450 subs this month, I foresee it happening in August, which is perfect. August right now, I'm not exaggerating. I don't have a single new release listed on my calendar for August. Okay, it's gonna be a very slow month when it comes to game releases and all that. So yeah, it should be a perfect time for it. Keep in mind, this month we got so many events going on anyway. You know, it wouldn't make any sense to try to do the event this month anyway. So yeah, there you go, guys. The Rageathon. So, number one, if you want to see it happen, please subscribe to the channel. We only need 17 more subs in order to make it happen. I mean, we could get this done today. We really could. Realistically, we could get this done today if people, you know, pay attention and subscribe to the channel. All right. Then, if you pledge to my Patreon $5 or more, you'll be in the group that gets to nominate and vote on the games. Okay, so pretty awesome. Please consider contributing to get in and make all this stuff happen. All right. So there you go. That's all the cumulative updates I've got on all the different events. Thank you guys for your support. I do appreciate your support. Really nice of you guys to make May my best month so far this year. In fact, May, I had the most views on YouTube. I had the most attention on my streams, and everything was good. You know, 2 thumbs up. And it's funny because if you actually look at May, there really wasn't that much that actually went on in new releases besides Detroit and Street Fighter. So it really was a slow month, yet things were up and up and up. People really enjoyed what I put out there. So thank you guys for that support. I do appreciate it. Let's hope that June can also be great. All right. You know, again, we got some new games, but we got that mixed in with E3 coverage and then these special events. You know, the Patron's Choice and the Master Run Challenge and the like. So it should be a fun month. Regardless of the fact that maybe the second half of the month is pretty slow for new releases, I still think it's going to be a great month here. Okay? All right, hold on one moment. I got to blow my nose. All right, and then I'm going to continue on. What we're going to do is go into the plugs segment, and then I'm going to do shout-outs, and then we're going to get started. All right? So give me a second. I got to blow my nose. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, my nose has been blown, and I turned on my air conditioner because it's 80 degrees in the office. I was starting to sweat, and I said, all right, air conditioner on. Let's face it, it's June. It's that time of year where I'm going to need the air conditioner on every day. There's not much I can do about it, right? All right, guys, so, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for all of your support. Let's get to the plug segment now on the pre-stream. Okay, so I just want to say thank you guys for 10 amazing years. All right, I appreciate you guys, you know, coming out and checking out my content. Whether it's watching my videos on YouTube, whether it's watching my live streams, whether it's both, right? I do appreciate you guys checking my stuff out on a daily basis. You know, you're the reason why I'm still here. Real talk, 10 years. Not many people can say they've done what I've done for 10 years, right? And still going strong and still planning on doing it, you know, as long as I can. So let's keep it going, and thank you guys again. So that being said, the best way for you to support my efforts and to keep me doing this is to watch my stuff. I mean, obviously that's a no-brainer, but if you would like to go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer or video watcher and contribute in another way to allow me to keep doing this on a daily basis for free, just like I've been doing for the past 10 years, putting out this fun content for you. Here's how you can do so. There's 3 major ways you could support. The first is my Patreon, which I've already mentioned, so I'll throw it out there again. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. When you pledge to my Patreon, you are directly aiding in my ability to keep doing this for a living. You defray the cost of everything that I have to pay for. Like, for example, I just bought Vampire last night, right? Next week, I'll be buying Jurassic World. The cost of equipment. Recently, I just had to buy a new hard drive, a new monitor out of nowhere because my monitor died. That kind of stuff. You help me with the cost of internet, which is very expensive to have the business class internet I have and be able to stream the way I do. Cost of electricity to run all this equipment, etc. All right, just a few of the things, the big costs that I am associated with. But the cool thing about pledging to my Patreon is that you get stuff back, okay, depending on how much you pledge. I've already mentioned, if you pledge $5 or more this month to my Patreon, you'll be able to nominate and vote on the games for this upcoming Rage-a-thon as long as we hit the subscriber count. I'm feeling positive about being able to do that. So that's a lot of power. That's being able to completely mold an event that thousands of people, probably hundreds of people on stream and thousands of people on YouTube are going to watch. Okay? So, please consider pledging to my Patreon. Not only do you get, that ability, but there's also text or verbal thank yous in my videos. In fact, last night, last month's patrons all got their first thank yous in my Week in Preview crawl at the end of the Week in Preview video. You can also get your questions answered on my Q&A show. You can get a private Q&A video made for yourselves. I won't go into massive detail. Just go check it out. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Great way to contribute and a great way to get stuff back for your contributions, okay? Okay, that's number 1. Number 2. Check out my merchandise shop at Teespring, over at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. All kinds of fun merchandise. All right. Including things such as t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers and mugs, great quality stuff, logos and artwork all designed by my viewers and fans. I wear this stuff all the time. I use the mug that I use on stream every day is a Teespring mug. And now I've owned some of this merchandise for over a year, and I can tell you, even wearing it as much as I have, this stuff has not worn out. It's great quality, all right? Anything you buy from my Teespring shop, I get a nice commission. It helps me out, tremendously, because the commission, goes right to boom, paying the bills and the like. But you get a cool collectible, so it's a win-win situation for us, okay? So please give it a look. Teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming, and thanks for checking it out. And then last but not least, guys. Oh, by the way, yeah, Real Spoony One did actually just order a t-shirt. Thank you, Real Spoony One. You should like it. Like I said, I love the t-shirts because the t-shirt you ordered, it's the higher quality. I don't sell the low-grade crap that a lot of other people sell. I sell the good quality shirt that feels good on your body. It conforms to your body, stretches out, and it feels great. So you should enjoy your shirt. Thank you for the purchase. Okay. Last but not least, guys, obviously if you're here on a live stream, okay, and I say that because some people are not here live, they're watching this pre-stream on demand on YouTube. There is a group of people who do that. But if you're actually here live on the stream, and you want to contribute live and get a shout out for your contributions, all right, you could do so. You can either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me. And if you do any of those 3 things, I will give you a verbal shout out during the stream. Now, there are a few criteria, FYI, to getting your shout out properly. Number 1, okay, please be as short worded as possible. If you're as concise as you can be, all right, chances are I'm going to read out your message and it's going to be a good time. You're going to get credit for your contribution. If you're super long winded and you do a 14 sentence paragraph and you derail the stream for 5 minutes, no, see what I mean? I'm not going to do that. So please be as short as possible to keep the stream moving. It is by all regards, this isn't supposed to be an entertainment stream of gameplay. Yes, there is interaction, but, I got to keep the stuff moving, all right? Number 2, please try to stay on topic. Please try to be positive. Do not bring up controversial topics like politics or religion that I'm not going to address and cause trouble. Those things cause drama and arguments. We certainly don't want that. Please don't bring in toxicity or negativity. No insults to myself or others. Please don't try to derail the stream with things. Oh, Phil, did you hear this guy insulted you? Did you hear this guy made a video? This guy's stealing your content, yada, yada, yada. Nobody cares. And this certainly is not the place to be discussing that kind of stuff. In particular, recently we had a few people trying to get, oh, Phil, I'm banned in the stream chat. This is also not the place for that. If you're banned in the stream chat and you're trying to get an appeal to one of the mods, or write me an email, darksidephil@hotmail.com, and I'll look into it. You know, cheering, subbing, and tipping to try to get unbanned on the fly is not going to work. It's going to waste your time and waste everyone's time if I'm reading out a cheer that has to do with that, okay? So, that being said, in general, most people who seek to get shoutouts get it. You know, I'd say about 95% of the time, it's a fun thing, you know, positive stream. People get it. The streams are entertaining and fun. So, you know, thank you for that. Thanks for getting it. And, you know, can't wait. Can't wait for a fun stream. Now, if you would like to possibly get visual recognition for your contributions, okay? If you would like to get visual recognition for your contributions via an animation that will play live on the stream, you could do so if you either cheer 50 bits or more at one time, or if you subscribe to my channel and wait a few minutes for a share button to appear and then click on that share button, or if you tip me $5 or more at one time. Okay, all of those things will allow you to get an on-screen animation to play, all right? And basically, it's cool because it not only displays this cool thank you animation, but it also has your name and your message. So, pretty cool. You get both visual and verbal recognition for anything that you're contributing, right? So, thank you to anyone who does contribute. I do appreciate that very much. And looking forward to the interactions on today's stream. Now, keep in mind, today I'm doing Detroit Become Human. If I am in the middle of a quick time event or whatever, or in the middle of narrative, no, I cannot immediately interrupt what I'm doing to give shout-outs, but I will do my best to give you shout-outs in a timely manner, all right? Later on, I will be reviewing the game. No, I cannot do shout-outs during the review, but I will give you, you know, thanks for any contributions immediately after the review finishes, all right? Really, the only final thing I want to talk about in the plug segment here is tips. I mentioned if you tip me that you'll get credit, right? Either visual or verbal. How do you tip? Because right now you could cheer or sub straight through the Twitch interface, but you may be wondering, how do I tip Phil? Okay. Well, it's a separate process. It's actually done through a PayPal tips page, and you can access it via two methods. Either by looking below my live stream. If you're on my Twitch channel right now, you may see a grid of information, including things like the stream rules, which you should read and understand, as well as a link to my DSPGaming YouTube page where all of my streams are archived daily. So if you missed the stream, you could check it out on demand. But there's also a section there that says tips, tip cup, or tips jar. And if you click on that, it'll take you to my tips page where you can leave your tip and a message. Now, if you don't see any of the information I just described, you're probably on a mobile device. Mobile devices don't see the formal, you know, full Twitch channel page. If that's the case, you can just type !tip into the stream chat. That will bring up the tips command, by which you'll have a link. You can click on that, and you can leave your tip via that method. Now, why am I bringing all this up? Very simply, guys, because if you have the option to support me today, and you get, gee, should I cheer? Should I tip? Should I sub? Should I pledge to Patreon, or should I buy something from Teespring? Right now, the best option is to tip me. All right, if you tip me, it helps me the most. Why? Because right now, I'm in the midst of the early month, and I got a lot of bills coming in, and they're all clearing, you know, which means they all suck my bank account dry, all right? So if you tip me right now, it helps me out tremendously because it allows me to clear all those bills. Right now, money is really tight. Early this year, there were a few really, really slow months on YouTube and Twitch, and it's not anyone's fault because there were no freaking new games out. And so I was already behind on income, and then I had to pay my taxes in April, which emptied my bank account. And basically, I haven't recovered. I will recover because May was such a great month that in a couple of months when I finally get paid for my May performance, things should actually be better around here. But in the meantime, you know, I got to make ends meet. So if you tip me, I get that money right away, and it allows me to put it straight towards the bills. You know, cheering and subbing is still awesome, but cheering and subbing takes 2 months, right, for me to even get any benefit from, while tipping is immediate. Boom. So if you tip me today, that's going to help me the most. I would appreciate anyone who tips me. Thank you guys very much for listening. Alrighty then. So, we're done with the plugs, guys. Now it's time for shout-outs. Time to give you guys credit for your contributions. All right. And in general, there was one person who cheered overnight and he was trolling, but he had a general message that he was trying to call me a hypocrite. And you know what? Since people love to do this and make up their own memes and shit behind the scenes and call me names and stuff and insult me, I'm going to address this one just to disprove how stupid it is. All right? So this one particular person cheered and basically was saying that back in my day, when I was playing Super Turbo at a competitive level, I got 4th place at EVO, playing a version of the game that most of the pros at the time did not like, and a lot of them even boycotted it, okay? Because they were saying it was not, arcade Super Turbo. It was not accurate competitive Super Turbo, and they didn't want to play it because it wasn't the version that they were used to, all right? Now, I've said over the years, not only did I get 4th place at EVO 2005, in 2006 I won multiple qualifiers in Street Fighter II Anniversary Edition, and then in 2007 I won multiple EVO qualifiers for the version of Super Turbo that was in Capcom Classics Collection 2. Every year I would do well, and every year people would disprove my placings, saying, oh, you're terrible, Phil, this doesn't count because this is another inferior version of Super Turbo that's not the arcade version, okay? So people have basically, for the past 15 years, said that I was never good at Street Fighter because I played different versions than what the arcade version was, all right? So there you go. Now, in modern times, as you guys know, I've been playing the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, and I've been having a lot of problems with it. Reason being, amongst other reasons, lobbies not working and the matchmaking for ranked matches being absolutely terrible and getting you the same person like 25 times in a row. But outside of those obvious problems, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo runs way too fast. It actually runs at a very, very significantly increased speed, almost 1.5 times as fast as the game is supposed to be running. And anyone who's played Super Turbo on a competitive level, when it was popular, will tell you this. I'm not the only person saying this. You can go ask the OGs, right? They're going to play this for 5 seconds and tell you the same thing. Yeah, this game is running way too fast. Now, why does it run way too fast? It's because, as I said, these guys, Digital Eclipse, who made this collection, put in minimal effort. And Capcom didn't urge them to work hard on this collection. I'm sorry, they just didn't. What this collection essentially is an emulator. There's an emulator running ROMs of these games, the arcade ROMs, with save states. It's funny because when you actually go to play Super Turbo, it doesn't even boot up the screen properly. All of a sudden, it just shows the screen with music already playing, in the middle of a song. You're like, huh? It skipped the intro. What the hell? Yeah, because basically the game is running save state ROMs. It's pretty much minimal effort in an attempt for Capcom to mop up money for something that they didn't really work hard on at all. And I kind of had a fear that this is what the collection was going to be. So if you guys aren't aware, the reason that this is very bad, that the game running on this speed is bad, is very simple. Because for about 10 years now, if not more, there's been a community of people on the internet who play Super Turbo on emulation on their PCs. Now, there's been various ways. At first, it started out with GGPO, then it moved over to another thing. Now it's on something called Fightcade. But this game, in this version, these PC emulated versions, has always run on this higher speed no matter what. So these people have essentially been playing the wrong speed of the game for 10 years. And some of these guys have become incredibly good at the game. They've learned strategies knowing that the game is so fast, saying, man, if I'm fighting a DJ, there's no way DJ can get his charge up kicks in time if I do this certain move because the game's running so fast that he can't do it in time. Now, if this were running at the proper speed, he would, but I take advantage because I know I'm playing this version of the game that's too fast. And so these people have found amazingly effective strategies in a game that's running at the wrong speed. Think of it this way. Imagine if basketball, professional basketball, all right, for some reason, the clock now has been halved. Instead of having the regular amount of time that you have for a segment of the game, it's halved. Imagine if the court, okay, was shrunken. All right? So you're talking, it's a more fast-paced game. There's less time to play. Essentially, what would happen is half the players of the game wouldn't even be able to play it on a competitive level anymore. People who were used to playing the old style would be eliminated. You now have probably smaller guys, faster guys on the court. You know what I mean? It really is a whole different game if you just change a few little minor things like that. And that's essentially what's happened with this version of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo in this Anniversary Collection. It's not Arcade Super Turbo. So the issue I have with it, all right, is not that the game is faster. The issue is that these sad guys who made this collection lied. They said, oh, this is arcade accurate. No, it's not. Anyone who played the arcade version will play this for 5 minutes and tell you this is way different than the arcade. The game's running too fast. You cannot play it in the same fashion that you did in the arcades. There's certain ridiculous spam strategies, like Ryu just throwing fireballs from mid-screens too fast for you to jump over the fireballs anymore because the game runs too fast. Vega just doing spammed wall dives too fast for you to react to and block properly. So at an essential level, the game is not arcade Super Turbo. The game is emulated Super Turbo. And then sadly, what I found, playing this game online, is that there are a group of people who've been playing this on PC for 10 years who are used to this speed. And so they formulated these strategies with characters, and they're just dominating. And it's like, who the fuck is this? This is a person, no one's ever heard of him before. Before this collection came out, I never heard of this guy. Yeah, here he is, top of the leaderboards, dominating with Ryu, because no one could get around fireball spam. And it's like, huh? Like, this, obviously there's something wrong here. You know what I mean? But what's happening now is because I called this out, people are saying I'm hypocritical. Because back in the day, I said, oh, well, just learn the version that's the new version that's going to be played at EVO, and that's the version you should play and not complain, right? I still agree with that philosophy. You know what? If this collection is being played at EVO, this is the version that's going to be played, then no one who goes to EVO and plays in this tournament has a right to complain. Much like me, when I was playing at a competitive tournament level, I said the same thing. You have no right to complain. Just learn the version, and that's that. Guess what, guys? I'm not a tournament competitor anymore. I'm not going to EVO. I'm never entering a tournament for this game. All right? I'm just disappointed because I was promised in the advertisement campaign for this game, Arcade Perfect Super Turbo, and that's not what this is. This is actually a shade of that. In fact, I could have played this version of Super Turbo for fucking free on my PC. There was no reason for me to shell out $40 to play this version of Super Turbo when I could have played this sped up version on an emulator for free for the last 10 years. There's a very different situation here, all right? A very different situation here. Than when I was criticizing people playing in tournaments. Again, if someone's going to EVO, let's say this version is being run at EVO, I don't know if it is, and someone goes to EVO and complains, well, this isn't Arcade ST, this is bullshit. You know what? Shame on you. You should have learned the version that was being played at EVO. You knew it all along, right? In my opinion, I think the situation's unfair. The reason being, you're actually rewarding people who played the wrong version of the game for 10 years. There's people who've played the sped up version, okay? It would be like rewarding people who played the wrong version of basketball. People who played on a smaller court with less time and big players couldn't compete. Instead, it had to be all little speedy guys. And now the national championships for basketball are now a sped up version rather than the real version that everyone played back in the day. Well, then that's wrong, right? It doesn't make any sense. That's my criticism. All right. But fair enough. If this is the version being played at EVO, you got to learn it. You got to learn it if you want to compete, right? I'm not competing at EVO. I'm not going to EVO. I'm not entering tournaments. I just want to play real Super Turbo, which is what was promised me. That's not what is in this collection. This is basically a bullshit version of the game that was slapped together really quick by this Digital Eclipse company, and they put zero effort into actually trying to see if it was good. They probably didn't ask a single pro Super Turbo player from back in the day if the game ran at the proper speed. They just said, fuck it. Here it is. Tough shit. $40. So there you go, guys. No, it's not hypocritical because it's a completely different situation. But the thing is, guys, the people who criticize me and say shit like this don't have that kind of intelligence to even understand the distinction between the two. To them, it's black and white. Phil said when he played in tournaments that you need to just learn the version for tournaments. Oh, look, now it's 2018 and Phil's complaining the new version isn't accurate to Arcade Super Turbo. That goes completely contradictory to what he said when he was playing in tournaments. Well, I'm not playing in tournaments now, stupid. That's the difference. This is a valid criticism of the collection, not a criticism of the tournament worthiness of this collection. It's just, in general, we were lied to as consumers, and we spent $40 on a collection that's the same thing that we could have got for free on PC, so why the fuck did I drop $40? That's my criticism of the collection, and that's why I'm not enjoying playing Super Turbo in this collection. This is not the right version. You got people who've played this for 10 fucking years at this speed who are dominating because this is what they've played versus people who actually are good at the real arcade game who can't even hold a candle to these people now because it's all fucked up. But again, it's stupidity. It's called ignorance, and it's called let's twist this to a situation where we make Phil sound bad when in reality that's not what it is. What you need is context, And these idiots don't have context. All they have is, again, everything's black and white. Phil said one thing 10, 15 years ago. Phil says something today. They're not exactly the same. He's hypocritical. Versus actually putting it in context. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But it is what it is, guys. People are stupid. They will say stupid shit no matter what. But I just felt like clarifying that. I wanted to get it off my chest. Especially when I hear that idiots are saying stupid shit like that on the internet. I mean, and none of those people who are saying it will even hear this explanation either. But for those of you who've heard this stuff, there you go. Okay. Now, let's get to shout-outs for people who have contributed via today's stream. Sounds good? All right. So shout out to Dark Viking. Dark Viking subscribed to the channel for the 11th month in a row. Thank you for 11 months of support, Dark Viking. He says, Phil, I've been trying to catch up with all of your playthroughs, considering I'm not home a lot. It's kind of hard, but keep up the good work. Yes, I mean, recently, just in general recently, there's been a lot of stuff going on in regards to, new games. I had my first run of Detroit, my second run of Detroit, me trying out H1Z1, and now all the coverage of Street Fighter this past week, plus the history of Street Fighter that I did, not only online play, but offline play. There's a lot going on. I understand, all right? All right, shout out to Johnny Soros, who cheered. He said, what's going on today, Phil? Well, today's a good day. I get to wrap up Detroit. I get to review Detroit. I get some H1Z1 action in. We get a good variety of stuff today. Especially, I realize, guys, when I play fighting games and I cover them for an extended period of time, like I did with Street Fighter, all right? You know what I mean? Like, I know some people, they love Street Fighter and they love to see me play it, and then there's other people who just don't care. And I get that, not everyone likes the same stuff. And so some people this past week have been completely turned off from my content, saying, damn, Phil's been covering Street Fighter constantly. I wish he wasn't, because I don't like it, and I want to see other stuff. And a lot of people, on my YouTube channel got spammed with fighting game videos. People, oh my god. Finally that's over. So, to go back to more variety, because I am a variety streamer. I'm not a part of the FGC, and I don't only play fighting games. So to go back to variety-style content is fun for me, and I hope that you guys feel the same way. Okay? All right. Shout out to... Well, actually, I'll say shout out to Master Saru, who says today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Master Saru. There you go. Now, shout out to Sedella. Sedella did a 200-bit cheer. By the way, Sedella is the top cheerer for today so far. And he says, E3 hype, and used that party horn emo. Yes, E3 hype indeed. Like I said, starting this Sunday, I will be covering E3. 2 straight days of E3 coverage for me. And for the first time in years, I will be doing my E3 coverage on DSPGaming. I know every year now I've been moving it around. This year, these reactions videos / summary videos of the press conferences that I'm going to be doing for E3 will be uploaded to DSPGaming. So if you can't catch them live on the streams, definitely check them out on DSPGaming on demand. All right, and that's starting this Sunday. All right, shout out to the Lord Lamb V3 who cheered. He says, Phil, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Thank you, Lord Lamb. I'm doing good. Looking forward to a fun day of streaming. Game Boy cheered and said, happy Pride Month to all with a rainbow flag. That is correct. June is Pride Month for those of the LGBT and probably 400 other letter abbreviations. Yes, it's basically a month for people to celebrate that they're a little different. Maybe they're not of the mainstream heterosexual, orientation, and that's okay. In my opinion, I've always been open to that. I've never been prejudiced against people who aren't. I'm not an ultra-conservative like some people seem to think I am. I'm not at all. I have a very, differing opinions on various things. And one of the things I've always been a staunch supporter of is that everyone has a right to be happy. As long as your happiness doesn't come at the expense of thousands of others, oh, I'll be happy if I could just blow up a country. Okay, no, that's not good. But if everyone has a right to be happy, everyone has a right to be loved and have a good life, right? And I've always believed that. And I don't think that people have the right to deny someone happiness because it doesn't go in alignment with what they believe is the mainstream way to do things. I've always thought that's a really, closed-minded, very ignorant way to think. So I'm very supportive of that movement. And, yes, happy Pride Month. Okay. Shout out to the real Spoony One. We did a 30-bit cheer, and he says, here you go, man. You deserve it. He gave me 30 Franker Z's. He gave me 30 of the dog faces. Very nice. I love that emo. It's like the cutest one, in my opinion, I think. All right. Shout out to Bambino, who has subscribed to the channel for the 3rd month in a row now. Thank you for 3 months of support, Bambino. And Bambino says the following. He says, I think it's hilarious you kids are talking shit about Phil. You wouldn't say this shit to him at what? LAN? Okay, this must be some kind of a meme. He goes, he wears the fastest clothes, no, the freshest clothes, eats at the chillest restaurants, and he hangs out with the hottest dudes. Your guy, I only hang out with the hottest dudes. That's right. You take that shit. There you go. Anyway. What on earth? Thank you, Bambino, for the resub. Okay. King of Hypocrisy has cheered. He says, Phil, did you hear some streamers use Facecam and will write the username of the highest tipper or cheerer on their forehead with a erasable marker? Would you consider adopting this policy? I think it would encourage tip or cheer wars and a significant increase in revenue. I'll go a step further. All right. I will write in permanent marker all over my body for anyone who cheers, tips, or subs. All right. So anyone who cheers, tips, or subs, I'm going to permanently put your name on my body. I'm going to cover my body in permanent ink. To the point where I'll probably go to the hospital for poisoning. There you go. No, you know what? I'll go even bigger. How about this? I'll go one bigger. For every person who cheers, subs, or tips, I will permanently tattoo your name on my body. I'm going to have a tattoo artist on call 24/7. And every time someone cheers, subs, or tips, I'm going to tattoo your name on my balls. Okay, I think we can see this is pretty stupid. I think that sometimes you can go a little bit too far. So there you go. No, I'm pretty sure that doing what we're doing now with the on-screen messages, the shout-outs, all right, is good enough. I'm pretty good. I think we're good with what we're doing. I don't think that we need to go extreme here. How ridiculous. All right. YOLO Dopper has cheered. He says, glad that you clarify issues that people try to swing the wrong way. Only if people knew that life wasn't a constant black and white and situations can change over time. This isn't even a situation that changed over time. This situation has not changed over time. It's just a completely different situation. There's one thing criticizing a tournament. Oh, the tournament's not using the version that's arcade accurate. Okay, that's a valid criticism. But saying the tournament's invalid because people who placed at that tournament played that version is invalid. That's not valid because you should have just learned the version for that tournament. That's not what I'm criticizing with the Anniversary Collection. I'm criticizing that they promised arcade accurate Super Turbo. They lied. It's not arcade accurate at all. It runs way too fast, and it completely changes the gameplay of the game. And it's also an unfair advantage to people who played the wrong version, the faster version of the game for 10 years on PC. It's basically people who played emulated versions of the game now have a version on console where they can brag and act like they're good. When in reality, yes, they are good at the wrong version of the game. So it would be like me still bragging and saying, yo, I'll throw down, I'll beat your ass at PS1 Super Turbo any day. It means nothing. It's completely invalid. I've proven over the years that no matter what version of Super Turbo I play, I can adapt and I can win. I've done it on multiple versions at EVO, right? 2005, 6, and 7, I was winning tournaments at 3 completely different versions of Super Turbo. I always adapted. Today, I don't necessarily want to adapt because I don't care. I don't care about the competitive nature of the game that much. I just want to have fun. And the game isn't fun when it's running so fast I can't even do a reversal special move. So, it's a different situation. It's not that times have changed. It's that it's a completely different situation. It's criticizing the competitive nature of a tournament versus criticizing the fun factor and accuracy of a game that was promised to be arcade accurate that is not, and the people who put out the game lied. So there you go. All right, shout out to Spicoli. What's up, Spicoli? Holy crap, I haven't seen this Spicoli in a long time, man. What's going on, man? I don't know if you're still here on stream. He just resubbed for the 7th month in a row. He said, ayo. What's up, Spicoli? I hope you're doing all right. I know you used to come around the streams all the time, and we haven't seen you in a long time, so I hope things are going good for you. Totally understand, if you're a person who can't be around all the time. I still hope that you enjoy the streams when you can, and I hope that you enjoy the videos on demand, sir. Oh, he's here. He says, I'm here. What's going on, man? Yeah, good to see you. I always get worried when there's a stream frequenter who we all are friendly with and we recognize, and all of a sudden they disappear. There's been a couple people like that recently who they were around for a few months, and then they're gone, and people worry what the heck happened, So good to see you back, and good to see that you're doing well. Very nice. All right, Johnny Soros Rex has cheered. He says, I'm taking you up on your promise. All right, that's it. I'm going to start covering my body with permanent tattoos of people who contribute. All right, I don't think I'm doing that. Shout out to Ornites. He cheered. He said, if only you were serious, but here you go anyways. I mean, that would be pretty disgusting. I would look at, you know those guys who, the tattooed man, like their entire body is completely covered with tattoo ink? Like, holy crap. Duh. Holy crap. I don't know how some people do it. I mean, hey, more power to you if that's your float your boat. For me, I've never, like, the only time I ever wanted to get a tattoo, this is true, the truth. I thought when I was younger, I wanted to get a tattoo on my back. So that way I could wear a shirt and cover it, but it would be pretty cool if I was ever, going shirtless for whatever reason. But I never got it. Thank God. Because, whenever you get a tattoo, you end up regretting it. My dad has a tattoo on his arm that he regrets. He got it when he was young. Still has it. Can't get rid of it, of course. He's not going to pay thousands of dollars or whatever it is for the laser removal. And it's a really stupid tattoo, and he hates it. And he's like, damn, when I was young, I thought this was cool. Now I realize how stupid it is. This is really dumb, right? So I'm very glad I never got a tattoo in that regard. I've had different phases of my life, and if I got a tattoo when I was younger, probably now I'd look at it and regret and be like, why the fuck did I get that tattoo, right? So there you go. Shout out to Insomniatic Me, who just did a 500-bit cheer. He's become the cheerleader for today. Thank you very much. He says, here's 500 bits. I want my name across your chest. Yes. All right. I'm going a step further. Not even tattoo. I'm going to brand myself. I'm going to make an iron brand, heat it in a fireplace, and burn your name into my chest. Oh, my God. I think now we can see how ridiculous stuff is, okay? And William cheered, and he's talking about someone talking junk about me on Twitter. I'm not going to address that, William. As I said already on the pre-stream, this is an example of something that you should not be trying to get a shout-out for, because it is negative, and I don't want to give these people the time of day. Let them do their negative crap, and but I'm not going to give people, any attention for the negative crap they're doing. So thank you for the cheer, but I'm not going to address that. Okay? Okay. Oh my God. King of Hypocrisy cheers. He goes, I was watching one of your older videos where you mentioned a story where you were sharing a hotel room with a bunch of guys during an FGC trip, and one of them opened up your laptop and found porn. Can you share the details of the story? No, I'm not going to go into a story time about that right now, because I've already had. I've talked about that at length on Ask the King. It probably was Ask the King or Hate Live, one of my two shows. I probably have gone into detail about that in the past. I am not going to bring that up right now. So there you go. All right, so something I completely forgot to mention, guys. It's a new week. Every Monday is considered a new week here on Twitch, and that means, indeed, that the Cheers leaderboard has updated. And that means we have a new top 10 contributors starting today. So if you want to get into the top 10, if you cheer today, chances are you're going to get in there because, the whole thing reset to 0. So what I would like to do right now is give credit where credit is due. All right. And I would like to go ahead and read the top 10 contributors. I don't even know if we have 10 yet. Let's see. Do we have 10? We do have 10. All right. So far, the top 10 contributors. At 10th place, we've got William. Well, actually, let me take this back. There's a 5-way tie of people who just did standard 25-bit cheers, which is the minimum here on the channel. We got a tie between William, Ornites, Yellow Dopper, Game Boy, and Lord Lamb. A 5-way tie, okay? Then in 4th place, we've got in 5th place, we've got the Real Spoony One. In 4th place, we've got King of Hypocrisy, tied with Johnny Soros for 4th. All right. And then Sedella in 2nd and Insomniatic Me in 1st. All right. So there you go. Thank you guys for the support today so far. I appreciate that. Again, a few reminders since the pre-stream's been so long. Number 1, the new subs goal for the month, 450 subs. In fact, let me see where we are subs-wise right now, if we've gone up at all, because we did get a few subscribers here on the stream today. We're still at 433, so we need 17 subs in order to hit the monthly goal this month. If we hit the 450 sub goal, I'll be doing a Rage-a-thon event, playing the most frustrating games ever in a marathon-style event. I'm sure you guys want to see that happen this summer, so please consider subbing. Number 2 If you choose sub or tip, obviously I'll give you a shout out during the stream. All right. Number 3, if you have the option to contribute today, I would ask the best way for you to do so, the way that will help me the most right now, is if you tip me. Tipping me today will help the most because that's money I get right away and I can put towards my monthly bills. I'm hoping that between now and, you know, the next couple of months, I won't have to have this situation early in the month anymore. But it's been real tight ever since my taxes had to be paid, so, you know, it is what it is, okay? All right, are we ready to go? Johnny Soares Charity says that the Rageathon includes Scarface. Scarface will be a contender. I'm not ruling it out. If people actually want to see Scarface, me doing the stupid drug runs in Scarface, yeah, that would be a game that could be included in the Rageathon, if that's what people want. Okay, again, keep in mind, it's going to be the patrons who nominate and vote on games for this event. So if they do nominate Scarface and vote for it, yeah, it'll be part of the event. Okay, there you go. All right, guys. So I think that's it. Let's end the pre-stream since I've gotten all the shout-outs out of the way. We're going to resume with Detroit. Like I said, I assume it's going to be 2 to 3 hours of Detroit gameplay here, the alternate choices. Then, once the game's over, then I'm going to review it. And then if we have time, I'm going to do a video as well on Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. But we'll see. Okay? We shall see. Sound good? Oh, wait. We got a shout out from Lord Lamb who did a 50-bit cheer. He says, Rageathon Fortnite confirmed. Yeah, I would play Fortnite in the Rageathon. And you know I'd be frustrated because I really don't like that game. I'm sorry. I just hate the crafting of fucking buildings and the wonkiness of the gunplay. I prefer other games. So, yeah, that could definitely be a candidate. I'm really not ruling anything out for the Rageathon. Keep in mind, when I do these when I do any of these marathons, it's about a 7 to 8 hour stream. So potentially every game will be played from 1 to 2 hours, you know, that gets into the marathon. So even if I have to play Scarface for an hour and a half, you know, that's not going to kill me. Will it piss me the fuck off? Of course it will. Will it kill me? No. So. All right, guys. I think that's it. So thank you guys for your support. Appreciate it. Let us now begin with the conclusion of Detroit Become Human. I hope you guys are ready. Let's see how it ends with these alternate choices. I'm sure it's going to be very different at this point, and I'm excited. So I hope you're excited too, and let's do this, okay, guys? All right. Let's end the pre-stream, and let's begin. Here we go.